Oh, okay. Can y'all hear me? Sweet. Okay, awesome. Hi, everybody. My name's Pidge. If you've been following No Reset for a long time, you've probably seen me do a lot of these unhinged Mario RPG runs back in the day. On my couch, I got my good friend Void and my boyfriend Seancast. Neither one of them knows this category. This category is called Beat Coolx. This is a meme category that is not very marathon safe, so my marathon save strats change every time I run it. I think I updated the route like 2 hours ago. So we're gonna have a fun time today.
Yeah.
Cool. I won't keep y'all too long, so can I count down and we can start? All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
So to explain a little bit about this category, this is a short category. It's 2 hours because I'm filling in for somebody I won't name who I may or may not be dating. There's a 2-hour time slot. I'm here to fill it because this is the only 2-hour category of this game. We don't go all the way to the end. We just get to Monster Town, we fight Coolx, and that's it. Because he's the real final boss of this game. If I keep looking this way, it's because I don't run this game without notes, ever.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know who Coolx is, it's like the secret super boss in this game. And Pidge is going to be fighting it at like a really low level as soon as you get to, like as soon as you get the ability to unlock the battle itself.
Yeah, pretty much. It's level 11. You know, you can actually beat him at level 13, level 3, but it's not impressive at all. It's actually really stupid. But we're not going to do that strategy today. I already messed up the Terrapin Manip, so while we're sitting here waiting for me to get punched in the face, can everyone in the crowd tell me how much you're liking this event so far? I can hear you all over my headphones, so I really like that. Let's go. It's been a really great marathon, lots of awesome runs so far, and I say this every time, the No Reset staff are awesome. I've been coming to these events for 8 years now. You guys are amazing, and thank you for having me again, and for doing everything you guys do. So the beginning of this category is like, if you've ever seen an SMRPG run, you kind of know what's going on, and if you haven't, then I'll explain a little bit. So we've just reached the end of the game. Peach is right there, and Bowser's right there, and I'm going to rescue her, and that's going to be it. The 2-hour estimate, I think, is a typo. I actually meant 2 minutes. If you've played SMB3, you probably recognize this tune. Just like in the old video games, you don't fight Bowser himself, you fight a support structure.
Checks out for
me.
me.
All right, game over. I won.
Time.
We're joking.
I'm playing the Japanese version because it's quite a bit faster. If you're doing like a regular any % run, which is 3 hours long, it saves, I guess, 10 to 12 minutes. I don't know how much it saves in this category because I don't even know where to begin explaining all the strange things that happen in this category. But it's still faster. The text renders just as quickly as in English, but there's just less letters to get the same message across.
Standard RPG fare for picking one language over another.
We rescued Peach! Hooray! Oh, something's happening. That's not good. That doesn't normally happen when I rescue Peach from Bowser. All right, some weird stuff is going on.
I can't believe the game is not over yet.
Unreal. Now
I actually can't really hear the couch.
Now for the most satisfying sound in video games.
All right, I can hear them a little better now. Thank you, Sound Tech. Thank you for being awesome.
There's a wonderful ka-ching.
It's very satisfying.
I love this opening. In case this wasn't obvious, this is my favorite game of all time. The remake is also awesome, gold standard for what a remake should be. Void ran it at SG2Q last year. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the minority of people who actually prefer the remake over the original, but this game is still, you know, S tier. And if you own a Super Nintendo, you should play it. If you don't own a Super Nintendo, you should still play it. So by all means necessary.
By all means necessary.
A
Lamau.
1, by the way.
So here's Toad. He's a little confused. He's making sarcastic quips at me, saying, you know, most people use something called a door to go in and out of their houses. And
this game has very quirky dialogue. It's very lovely.
it's actually faster to try and leave without saving and have him do the tutorial than it is to actually save. Every time you save loses like 7 seconds, but I'm still going to be saving a lot because this is an incredibly volatile category. Okay, so here we are. We don't know where Peach is because she's not with me, and I don't remember that being there before. Okay, weird stuff going on. This is getting a little strange. Yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. I don't think we can get back in there. We're never going to go back in there for the rest of the speed run. I think that plot point's just going to kind of be abandoned.
Place looks scary anyway. I wouldn't want to go there.
No, me neither. I've had enough of Bowser's Castle after running most of the stuff for forever.
Now, since we're back here, I forgot to mention sub 420 Pipe House, by the way.
Nice.
All right. Okay, I'm about to do the hardest trick in the game right here, which is called the tutorial skip. And yeah, okay, part 1 of 2 done. Just got to do that one more time. That's a Goomba. He's coming here to scare me. Okay, tutorial skip done. The hardest part of the run is over.
Yeah, to explain a bit, if she had said yes to either of those, you'd get like a several minutes long tutorial on how to do things in battle and how to use items.
You know what? Actually, I am going to save because like you never know what's going on in this category. I don't need any of these practice saves anymore, so let's get rolling. Oh, I actually still can't really hear the couch over the game audio.
How about now? I guess we would need to talk to be able to adjust this. So we're going to talk. Hi, Toad. Bye, Toad.
See you later.
See you later, Toad.
Nerd.
Okay.
Nice flower jump.
Yeah, you can jump on the little tip of that flower there to avoid fighting the Goomba. Sean, Cass on my couch, we've been dating for 3 years. We met because of this game. This is the fight where he came to my stream and told me I was messing up the blocks in this fight, and that's kind of how it started, and this is how it's going.
Hey, we got a block.
And I blocked it. See,
Not
I did learn
messing up
something
the blocks
from you.
anymore. Yeah.
So in this fight, the Hammer Bros each have 50 HP. You want to get them as close to KO as possible, because if you KO one, the other will increase its defense, as you're about to see here. But doesn't worry, it doesn't matter so much, because that one's at such low HP that I can just like, he's done. That's at the start of the game, like the best thing that you want to use is Mario's standard jump attack. Because little known fact about this game, probably not a little known fact if you watch speedruns, but the jump attack, and only the jump attack, powers up every single time you use it. So if you ever see the number change, that's not RNG, that's just you getting stronger in real time.
And that's becoming a more and more important thing in the remake routing even. They're like doing extra fights just to get more jumps.
It's extremely important if you play low level, but if you play low level, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get these flowers as a backup, because this, there we go.
Nice.
So what you're meant to do here is unveil a box above this person's head, and then she'll start walking around. And you can like reload the room for her to be hopefully be closer to the corner to jump off her head. But if you line yourself up just right, I think it's pixel perfect on the stairs. You can jump and get the hidden chests from there. We're gonna buy a bunch of stuff here, so if you're familiar at all with any %, this is way more shopping than 80% does.
Yeah, we buy lots of pick-me-ups, and most of that is because, like, the bunt fight in Marrymore is a lot scarier in this category than it is in any other. Normally when you fight that cake, you use a red essence to protect Mario because he's just too weak against magic attacks. We can't use a red essence in this category. We have to save them for Kulex, otherwise we are going to die. So you have to do bunt without red essence, and it sucks. So I stock up on a lot of pick-me-ups to make that fight not a point where we have to reset as often. It is called no reset after all. So this is just a whole bunch of plot exposition. No one really knows what's going on, but Mario's kind of telling his side of the story. Fun fact about this cutscene, normally when Mario does his pantomiming, it loads the character like off screen and teleports them to his coordinates, so start animating them to make it look like he's playing charades. They don't do that for Peach. They actually add her to your party and then animate the second party slot. So she is technically the first person to join your party in this game. But now she left, so I gotta go get Mallow now.
Poor Mallow.
While the princess left, may I join with some donations that we have?
Yes, please. This is a great time for that.
So we have Lena Kitty that give $1 and 1 cents, saying one, by the way.
One.
And we have Jumpman MD that gives $20 and say, Pidge, you're my fave speedrunner. But since you're not currently broadcasting to us from a Game Boy camera, how do I know you're not an imposter?
Oh, don't worry, it's just a filter.
Pidge, fellow black and white gamer.
They just have really good filters here.
HD upscaling.
Thank you for the donations. Also, shout out to Lena for that DKC to Rando earlier with Void also, actually.
Hell yeah.
Jumpman actually recently helped me with another project I'm working on, which is like, I had this GoFundMe project going to collect all these retro Japanese magazines that covered this game, and he donated a big chunk of the money for that, so I'm taking them to a scanner and getting them like put on Internet Archive. So thank you again for that, Jumpman, and also thank you for donating.
I've never seen a frog cry before. That was neat.
He's not a frog yet.
But
He's a tadpole.
same thing.
He looks just like a tadpole.
Yeah. A
I've
cute,
seen,
cute,
like,
cutesy little tadpole.
Tadpoles wear pants, right?
Yeah. That would be kind of indecent otherwise.
All right. Next is Bandit's Way. And here's Croco. He's a bit of a bully. He stole Mallow's frog coin. Later on, he redeems himself, but we're actually not going to see that in this run. So in this run, he's just like an eternal villain. Something funny about Croco is that when this game came out on Virtual Console in 2008, there were exactly two things changed. One is that you can no longer softlock yourself in the factory, and the other is that Croco had a single line of dialogue changed, where he calls you a persistent bugger in this game. He instead calls you a persistent pest, because Europeans were playing.
The boss fight coming up is Croco, the first unique enemy, I think, that we're seeing in the game.
I think so.
At least unique to Super Mario RPG. And what we don't want to see in that fight is him using the bomb move because it's unblockable. And we don't want to have to use pick-me-ups to pick anyone up, because then, especially for Mario, because Mario is going to be the main one doing damage here.
Really?
Dog jump? Oh, got it, but it was on the wrong cycle.
I messed up the setup. That's all good. There's more flowers we
Almost
can
saved
get.
it though.
Yeah, here you just want to get as many dogs as you can get. The actual number doesn't matter too much.
What the
Mario-
dog doing?
Yeah, it's not that important because like the EXP route in Beat Colex is kind of nuts. So there's like, if you don't get enough dogs, there's like alternate strats for Johnny you can do that aren't too bad. Everything, this speedrun is a lot of like, every little tiny decision you make ends up having some kind of effect later. And what the heck, dude? Okay, yeah.
He's good today.
Yeah, he's got his glasses on today. Yeah, so like you get maybe too few dogs in the EXP star and then suddenly you're not high enough level for some battle later. Everything kind of adds up. So you want to pay attention to all little details in this game if you're going to learn to run it, which you should because this game is awesome and it's a really fun speedrun.
Thankfully, like for that first star, every enemy, every dog that you get with the star only is one experience. So it's actually not that bad to not get that dog super optimally or to get that star super optimally. And here's the first bomb.
Great start. Off to a great start, y'all. You can block that in the remake, just not in this game.
Yeah, feel free to boo if you see a bomb attack.
Oh, jeez, I mistimed that. Okay.
Another reason that the remake is superior, you can block the bombs. Physicals are good though.
Yeah, we want to see the rushing tackle move. Croco used tackle. It was ineffective.
So how many times are you gonna like buff jump throughout the run, more or less?
Yes.
I actually didn't hear what G-Virus said.
How many times are you gonna use jump to buff it up?
I don't know. I've never counted.
As much as possible, basically.
Basically until you learn super jump. Oh, I thought that was it. I guess not. I haven't been counting my jumps here, actually. There we go. He only used one bomb, which is very nice.
That's pretty good luck.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be pretty bad there, because when I was practicing earlier, I got nothing but bombs, and oh well. That was not as bad as it could have been. Cool, so he gives us some level ups. I give Mallow attack every level. I don't remember why that is, but my notes from last year say that, so I'm going to roll with it.
Trust the notes.
By the way, Pidge, just let me know when would be a good time for donations.
I couldn't, sorry, I think
You can't hear me in your headphones, huh? That's what I thought.
On my headset.
We'll fix it.
Okay. Taking a safe little save here because I'm about to do the only real sequence break in this game, in the speedrun. I'm about to do max skip.
Le max skip.
Yeah. This is in like every category except most of the stuff.
After this trick will be a good time for donations. Just,
Yes.
There'll be like a hefty cutscene.
All right.
I gotta do a pretty precise jump here to get over the loading zone for the Mac fight, and that lets me skip it. That didn't look right. There we go.
Nice.
So you talk to him, and that just basically tells the game, I won. Watch what happens to the star piece behind the chair. It gets a little messy. There's like a lot going on in this room right now, and the Super Nintendo doesn't really know what to make of it.
As if the Star Road
And the
wasn't
star just
busted
blows
up
up.
enough.
The Super Nintendo gets confused.
It really does. It really does. And ask me about how fun that is when you're trying to make ROM hacks of this game. Oh my gosh. I'll answer. It's really bad.
By the way, just to confirm, you can hear me now, or was that through the speakers?
You're still a little bit low, but I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So-
Yeah, this is a good time for a donation.
All right, well, we got actually two of them. Yves Frappefort donated $50. Premier RPG, j'ai toujours adoré. Et let's go.
If there's any more donations, like we can probably keep going for another one or two. And if there's not, then everybody watching at home, you know what to do.
All right, well, we do have another one by Jackie Lanton, who said, donated $5 and says, "Hey, Pidge and Sean, I miss your faces, and I hope we can hang out soon. Good luck, gamers. Heart."
Thank you, Jackie. Hope everything's going well for you after some pretty awesome things that have happened to you lately. I'm saving more often than I really need to, but it's SMRPG.
This is an all save boxes run.
Yeah, basically. So we're gonna see some kind of old school strats here. I'm actually going to fight Pandorite.
Ooh.
When's the last time you saw that? Like, we're going back years
Last
here.
time I ran all bosses, I guess.
DLC mini
Yeah,
boss.
this guy was routed out of any percent like years ago, years and years and years ago.
Good miss.
But the notes that I'm using are based on the notes from years ago. So we're fighting him because he gives us lots of money for bombs.
Here's another upside of powering up jump. So you saw that Pidge did 99, 99, and 102. That totals to 300, and Pandorite turns out has exactly 300 health. So powering up jump not only does more damage, but also like optimizes your our routing.
Yeah. Here's another star.
Actually fascinating how many of these fights come down to like almost exact damage or
Yep.
literally exact damage.
Yeah, and we can get away with that because there's actually not that much in terms of like damage rolls. Or no. What the heck just happened there?
Phase through the swag rat.
Okay, well I guess we're going with the crazy EXP route today.
Now that's some jank.
Okay, I know there's a channel called That's Never Happened Before in the No Reset Discord. I think that's like an actual candidate. I don't think I've ever actually seen that happen.
Well, here's another one that never happened before. Apparently, I kind of just hit another button on my console, and you guys heard the last donation by Ifrap Fort, but apparently the internet didn't.
Oh.
So just let me know when's a good time. I got a couple lined up.
After this boss fight will be good.
Perfect.
This is Balome. He's I don't really know what he is.
Is that a hose or is that his tongue or a fire hose? How does it go? Tell me.
Is that a fire hose or his tongue?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
The guy who created Balome in the original game follows me on Twitter, so maybe I could ask him what is Balome supposed to be. Oh, he put Mallow to sleep. That's actually like the worst of 3 outcomes you can have here. So I said this run was going to be fun. Mario, I think, uses Able Juice here on Mallow.
Yep.
Then Mallow syrups. Oh, nice freebie. That doesn't matter.
Literal worst thing to freebie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure this is another one of those fights where damage lines up exactly. Balome has 500 health? I
Yeah,
think?
something to that effect. Balome is like, he's partially a scripted fight. He will always disable Mallow every 3 turns, and he starts using the Scarecrow spell after he gets below a certain HP threshold. So it's all about like trying to make those 2 things happen at an opportune time. Wow, that was a great miss.
Yes, yeah. When Mario is in its Scarecrow form, he can only use special attacks or defend. He cannot use items or attack regularly. Which, you know, it's fine because our main source of damage right now is with jump.
Mallow being asleep here is actually not that bad because he uses 2 honey syrups and that's all he needs to do. So he can keep putting him to sleep and wasting my precious time. And I'll just keep using jump. Because even when I'm Scarecrowed, like, jump is the only really relevant attack for Mario for a while. He has used Sleep Sauce on Mallow 4 turns in a row.
Basically every possible
Have you
chance.
guys ever seen that?
I usually reset before that happens.
Yeah.
Everything terrible is happening, and this is exactly what I thought would happen. This is a fantastic time for a donation.
Perfect. So I'm going to start by the last 2 because apparently they didn't get through entirely. Ifrap Fort donated $50 and says Mon premier RPG, j'ai toujours adoré ce jeu. J'ai bien hâte de voir comment le combat contre Culex va se passer. Bonne chance et let's go le No Reset en présentiel. My first RPG, I love this game and I can't wait to see Culex's battle. Good luck and let's go No Reset. Also, we have a $5 donation by Jackie Lannon who says, Hey Pidge and Sean, I miss your faces and I hope we can hang out soon. Good luck, gamers. Followed by Graceful Shutdown for an $11.11 donation who says, have fun, good luck in the run, Pidge. Shout out Sean Cass, Void, and to the true main character of this game, Dodo. Chat, I'm going...
That's canon, by the way.
I thought he was going to say Mallow.
No. Also, and then it also follows, chat, I'm going to need some 1s in the chat. Everyone increases Pidge's power level by 1.
One.
By the way.
1.
And Lena Kitty donated $11.11 again and says, Mario used Confuse on Max Star. It was super effective.
I have an anecdote about Dodo being the main character of SMRPG. If you watch the SGDQ run that Voided, you've already heard this, but One day I posted on Twitter, it was just a picture of Dodo, and it said, "This is Dodo, the main character of Super Mario RPG." And Mario RPG's original director, Chihiro Fujioka, saw that and liked it, so I think that means like it's actually canon.
Confirmed by the dev.
This minigame here is like kind of autopilot-y. You'll notice that I'm only staying on one side. It just so happens that like the pattern works out that if you just stay here and collect coins in a certain pattern, like only grab 3 unless you see a fish, you get exactly 60 coins. I'm probably going to get a little over because I think I got like a bit of a buffer in the first part. And when you get 60 coins, these are not real coins. These are Chuck E. Cheese tokens. So you exchange them for a frog coin at the end if you get 60 or more.
The idea of getting exactly 60 is that if you get more than that, there'll be an extra text box saying, "I'll hold on to the extra ones."
Yeah, it actually takes longer to explain the text box than like the time you save from it, which is about half a second.
Yeah.
So I think I got like 62. Yeah, oh, 63, whoa. Money bags.
Ballin'.
The economy is bussin'.
All right.
That exchange rate, though.
Hey.
If we have more donations, this is a fantastic time for one. This is a very long cutscene. This is level 3 of cutscene hell.
Yeah, we got a lot of cutscenes to go through right now. And if there are no donations, then like donate your money, please.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I have a good example that I can lead with because Volrath donated $50 and says, "Happy belated birthday, Sean. Best of luck for your run, Pidge. Let's hope for a nice run."
Hey, shout out to Volrath.
Thank you, Volrath. And it was Sean's birthday yesterday. So if we have a donation train saying happy birthday, Sean, like we had at RPG Limit Break, I won't complain.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. C'est la fête de Sean, en fait. C'était sa fête hier. Donc, on pourrait tous lui souhaiter bonne fête avec un train de dons à son nom en lui souhaitant bonne fête, Sean. So, a donation train, $5 donation train to wish Sean a happy birthday. And I will read every single one of them, maybe even get the whole room to sing happy birthday. Who knows?
Oh, no.
So this is where all the plot exposition kind of happens, or at least a lot of it. This is Mallow's adoptive grandfather. He kind of knows everything. He's very smart. So he's just like kind of recapping the adventure so far. You rescued Peach from Bowser, and then Crash happened, and you went to the castle, and there was nothing there for you to do. The bridge got taken out, and we don't actually know where Bowser and Peach are. They are not at the castle. Where are they? You're gonna have to find that out. And Mallow here is just like, wow, that's a great story. Have fun with that. And his grandfather says, don't even start, buddy. You're going on this adventure. Like, Mario needs your magic. Trust me. He needs all the help he can get, according to Gaz in Rosetown. So that's where the big reveal happens that Mallow is actually not a tadpole, like, believe it or not.
Spoilers.
I was surprised too. I always like forget that's coming. I'm like, oh wow, yeah.
Breaking my heart right
He
now.
looks just like all the other little dudes around. Like they're all small, round, and puffy. Like they're basically twins. You know what I mean?
One cute little thing I'd like to point out is right before all the cutscenes started, there's like the little pads that you step on to like interact with, or the bridge, I guess. And to manipulate the camera, she actually like ran past that, like, I guess it's a stone or whatever, ran past it, hooked back around, and that made the camera move less when Frog Fuchsias showed up. And that happens in a couple of different places in the run. You'll see it again in Forest Maze, just before the Bowyer fight.
So I just bought some items I'm going to have to use later on. There are some items that are very specific to Tadpole Pond that you have to get: Bracer, Energizer, and Sleepy Bomb. Sleepy Bomb will be using on Johnny, Bracer I'll be using on Bunt to increase Mario's defense, and Energizer will be for Bowyer. Oh no, I missed that. That's really bad. Okay.
Classic.
We can make it work. We can make it work.
This is like a notoriously difficult coin to grab on the first try.
I grabbed it in practice, I swear.
Yeah, I believe you.
You guys saw me, right? You guys saw me. Okay, I'm gonna grab more here to make up for that. This guy, though, he's gonna try and ruin my day. I'm not gonna let him. All right. Yeah, I think we just made up for that. Cool.
Yeah, one big coin equals to 10 smalls.
So there's Bowser. It's the first time we've seen him since I had to fight him, and he's got his army. He seems to be doing okay. He doesn't really want anyone to find out that he got kicked out of his own home because he's got an image to keep up. You know, he's very tough. big tough guy. In fact, he's such a big tough guy that like he has to have special rules in the game's VRAM to load him on the screen.
Bowser is such a good character in this game. He's so well written.
He's awesome. The way that he was written was really funny. Like, different people who worked on this game were in charge of writing different scenarios, and everyone kind of like wrote Bowser their own way in every scene, and it all just kind of like meshed together as like this really funny, sensitive, tough guy. And that's who Bowser is, because this was the first game he had a personality in, and that just kind of like carried on to the rest of the series. I probably shouldn't buy these, but I'm going to. Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, I'll get. You know what? I'll sell something.
Sell a mushroom or two.
Yeah.
I true you freebie and enable juice. You could sell that.
Yes, that's a great point. Okay, I'll buy the other one.
Nice. Turns out the economy not so bussin'. I take back what I said earlier. You don't need the frog coin upstairs?
No, you only need 10 frog coins in this category.
You're already at 10. Nice.
Yeah, I don't have 10 yet, but there's like 10 faster ones to get.
Right, yeah, because going upstairs, you would have to go through 2 different screen transitions.
Yeah.
And then, like, you'll probably get caught on the bed, too, unless you're cracked.
Unless you get task bed, yeah.
If there's any more donations, this is also a great time, because we're about to watch everyone's favorite character come to life, and I don't have to press anything for 90 seconds.
We're also about to watch Mario lie to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also the first game that Mario really got a personality in, and they made him a total jerk, and I love it. It's very awesome.
Yeah, like, they gave you way too many chances to be a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any donations right now, but I'm sure they're coming actually, right, guys? Because, I mean, it is Sean's birthday. It was his birthday yesterday. And are you really not going to wish him happy birthday and help, you know, the charity as well? I mean, the Virtual Guardian Foundation, if anything, they have a really, really important mission, which is where, you know, the funds that we raise this weekend will help the foundation to support the digital street workers of the Virtual Guardians Foundation. It's an innovative program in the French-speaking world that helps young people online. And those workers offer confidential and personalized support, intervening directly where young people spend their time on platforms like Twitch, Discord, and I mean, I don't even want to say Kick, but it's there, so I'll read it. While streamers are broadcasting. So with that being said, they help, you know, a lot of teenagers, you know, with the pandemic, that's basically where they built their entire social life. It's exclusively online. So a lot of them are more isolated in terms of, you know, getting help or having the resources they need. They help streamers also kind of give them resources to guide viewers might be in distress in their chat and stuff like that. So what they're doing is extremely important, and they really deserve all the support we can give them. Plus, it's Sean's birthday. Come on. By the way, Glenn donated $11.11 and says, type 1 to wish Sean a happy birthday.
One.
Thanks,
Here, I'm gonna do
y'all.
Thanks, Gamer Glenn.
Gamer Glam.
Oh, Glenn ran Echoes of... What was that game called again?
Echoes of Wisdom.
Echoes of Wisdom. That's right. He ran that earlier today, and Sean still has to play that game.
It's the Legend of Link, Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah.
All right.
I see what you did there.
Well, I finally woke up from my concussion that was inflicted on me by a child's toy. So we're gonna go get the heck out of here, because that's kind of terrifying.
So why isn't that kid on your party again?
I think he's grounded.
Yeah, that's probably it. Because, I mean, he's got some crazy stats to just knock out Mario like that.
Also, like, you know, when you get a concussion, the first thing you should do is go to bed.
Yeah. This pink toad outside, if she gets hit by an arrow, she says something different, depending on what direction she's facing. And if you talk to her, she's like, oh yeah, a blue walking doll? Yeah, I think you need some help, pal. Get out of here. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, we don't have to do wiggler jumps in this category. We only do them to make up deficits on frog coins for the EXP booster, which we don't get today.
Yeah, you also get some money from jumping on wigglers, but it's like a pretty inefficient way to get money.
Okay. It's also very easy to get clipped on corners in this game.
Yeah, for the uninitiated, bouncing on a wiggler's head 10 times will give you 1 frog coin, and the 9 bounces you do leading up to the 10th will give you a single coin. So you get like 9 coins on a frog coin for every time the wiggler comes out. And it's a little bit risky, because if you don't bounce properly, you could just get into an encounter with the wiggler, and the Wiggler has Sandstorm, which is a relatively powerful spell for this point in the game. And you will also put the Fear status on your party, which doubles the damage you take and halves the damage you can do. And that'll become more relevant in some later battles that the bosses will have that spell.
I am going to do Forest Secret.
Oh,
It's
nice.
it's nice to have like the backup flowers.
Also a nice thing to showcase.
Yeah, if you've ever watched most of the stuff, this is required. Today it's not required, but I'm doing it for safety.
Spring Fireball, question mark? Nice.
Yeah,
Whoa, I've never seen that.
that's a graphical glitch. This is going to get a bit technical, but we have a long cutscene to sit through, so I can explain it. That little pink puff that you saw on the trampoline, there are two kinds of NPCs in this game. There's like, this save box is an NPC, that little mushroom there is an NPC, Gino walking around in the forest and all these bees, those are all NPCs. Those are like standard NPCs. They have to be loaded into the room like when the room loads in order for them to be handled properly by the game's graphics memory. Then there's a second kind of NPCs, which are generally called packets. And a packet is like when you open a treasure chest and you see that little mushroom sprite or that little flower sprite or the frog coin, those are generated on the fly. Those are not loaded in the room at the same time. So when the game knows that, like, the developers had to tell this game, like, how many of those can you expect to be on screen at one time? And in the Forest Maze Secret, they guessed that you would only ever have 2 treasure chests open at once, because when a treasure chest closes, packet goes away, memory's freed up. If you open the chest too fast, you have 3. And when there's only enough room for 2, the third one starts overwriting the first NPC in the room, which is the trampoline. So that little puff ball that appears when you close the treasure chest starts appearing over the trampoline. It has no actual effects, but I just think it's really cool. It's sprites overwriting sprites. It's not something you see a lot in this game, but when it does happen, it's kind of wacky. So this is Bowyer. He rides a black skateboard, and he likes shooting arrows at people. Basically, he is one of Smithy's minions, but we don't really know who Smithy is, and I don't think we're ever going to learn in this run. But he's supposed to be here to find the star piece, which is also irrelevant to the plot. But he's too busy trolling the people in Rosetown by shooting arrows at them, so that when one of his buddies comes up, he's like, hey, look at the star piece I found. He kind of like yells at him to stop bothering him while he's shooting people in Rosetown. He's a bit of a goofball. This guy's, the boss fight for this dude kind of works on a counter system. He pulls up, you'll see in a few minutes, he pulls up a couple of buttons, Y, X, and A. And he throws an arrow on one, and you can't use that button for 2 turns. And he the actions that you take against him during those 2 turns, he counts them up and then makes a guess as to which one you use the most and locks that. So if you don't target him with anything, he thinks you're using items. So we're going to manipulate that a bit in this fight.
Let me know when we have time for a couple donations.
After this boss fight will be a great time.
Awesome, thank you.
So I'm going to start off with a Geno Beam. Now I'm only using 1 spell. I'm only hitting him with 1 thing this turn, and Mario's going to defend, and Mallow is going to boost the stats of Geno a little bit with the Energizer that we bought in Temple Pun. So this is where Bowyer's like, okay, there's 3 of you and only 1 of me. I don't know where my 10 henchmen just went, but yeah, that's how things are. Not fair. You can only use 2 things on me at once. Gonna hit him with Geno Beam again. So at this point, this is my 2nd turn, and I've only hit him with 2 spells. So what that means is I have not crossed the threshold where he thinks I've used a lot of spells or physical attacks. He thinks I'm spamming items, so he locks X. When he does that, he doesn't do an additional attack on top of locking the button. And that kind of makes this fight like a lot easier. So we just keep doing that, and he just keeps locking X over and over, and that kind of saves us a lot of headache. Oh, never mind. He's giving me a huge headache now.
Yeah, we don't want to see single target spells on Geno.
Yeah, he's kind of carrying right now. Gotta use Geno Beam 2 more times. This song's a banger, by the way. This is the first time you hear it in the speedrun.
One of the many bangers of this game.
Yeah, it's like hard to pick just one, you know? Okay, didn't hit Gino that time. That's good.
Safe.
So I think this is where, I think I used a couple Geno beams there. So this is where the strats start diverging a bit. We're going to get a bit of leverage out of Mario's jump attack. That'll just let us do a little bit more in one turn. That's what we want to see. We want to see him fight Mallow. Actually, I can actually afford another Geno beam because I got extra flowers than this fight normally expects.
Triple spell from Boyer is kind of rude, though.
True. Okay, so he locks Y, which is fine because I don't have any more spells I want to use. Oh, great, he's putting Gino to sleep. Okay. That's fine. We have X available now, so I can wake him up.
Cringe. But yeah, he can only use Good Night when Y is locked, so that's a little unlucky.
There we go.
Hey,
So this, great time for donations.
All right. Well, do you know someone named Peugeon or Pujon? Because they just donated $200 and said "Bun fight."
woo!
What? Yo,
Wow.
thank you.
And then we got the current host who donated $11.97 and says, "Happy birthday, Sean."
Thank you.
And then Owl RTA donated $5.01. And actually, they say donated 1 cent and $5 to say happy birthday, Sean. Also, good luck on the run, Gamer Pidge.
Thank you, Owl.
Yeah,
Owl's a
thanks,
great
Owl.
friend of mine. He's sitting right behind me, actually. I think. Yeah, he's still there.
Also one.
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 Type 1 of 1.
Binge, what's your favorite number?
I can't say it on stream.
I thought you just said it.
Do you mean 80? Right? 80, c'est 4 fois 20, c'est 420, just saying.
80, yeah.
There you go.
This is the second star piece. We don't know what they do, and I don't think we're ever going to find out.
What do you mean? This is your first star piece, actually.
Oh yeah, I broke the first one in half, so I didn't really get to.
Yep.
It's just there for posterity.
You still have it despite never having collected it.
Yeah, that has some funny side effects later if you mess up your menus. It starts trying to show you how to switch your allies and then just does an item menu that starts selecting things that you can't use and just does stupid things for 10 seconds and closes itself. But I don't think I'm going to show that off today. I did glitch exhibitions earlier. Okay, Moleville time.
I'm just going to say we have an opportunity here to have the donation counter only read ones. I'm just saying. It is possible. It's there. It's on the table.
Who's going to do it?
Who's going to do it?
Someone needs to do it.
Basically, you need to donate how much? It would be actually
610.
no, yeah, no, yeah, 106 and 10 cents.
Yo, quick
Sell the
maths.
flower box.
2 plus 2, that's 4. Minus 1,
Oh,
that's 2.
sorry, no math.
Four.
No,
Equip those. Just getting some equipment upgrades here. Nothing to see. All right.
Okay, so we're finally introducing weapons to the run, and that's going to begin to introduce damage variants with attacks, which is also why Mario's jump is very important, because we'll actually get like guaranteed damage out of it. It won't be more or less than we expect.
Oh, by the way, couch guys, please do not let me go through without going back for the coin box. Remember when I did that twice today in practice?
Yes.
Thank you.
Don't forget the coin box.
Thank you. I'm not going to forget the coin box in 10 minutes from now or whenever it is. So there's a couple kids that are trapped in the mountain because the star piece fell in and kind of messed everything up. They ask you if you're willing to help, and Mario actually has a choice to say no. It doesn't do anything, but it's just kind of fun that you can make him act like a jerk for no reason. But I'm going to say yes because it's faster.
turns out Mario is the true villain of the story.
Well, the true villain is actually Megastorm, who donated $5.68. kind of fixed, but also broke the counter in a way.
It looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, it's you know, it's kind of like it's a stop towards the final destination, which is 1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
Yeah, it's a pit stop, exactly.
But Megastorm says, "Happy birthday, Sean," and also stop getting rid of the funny numbers. Heart, heart, you got a freebie.
Thanks for the donations, y'all.
So Croco's back. We're gonna have to deal with him again.
Yeah, it's this jerk again, and he's gonna throw more bombs at me, but this time he has a 2 out of 3 chance of doing it instead of 1 out of 3. Woohoo! I love that for me. Oh, you know what? I can turn Turbo A off now. Hey, come back here. How many enemies am I gonna phase through today?
I was about to say, like, oh, okay, you clipped through Swagrat, you clipped through Croco too.
It's like I'm playing Ocarina of Time. I'm just clipping through everything.
Damn, Link sure looks different today.
Oh, okay, he is Geno. And this time you actually want Geno to be
goodness.
attacked, because he's got, like, the most defense. And it missed anyway.
Yeah, Geno would actually live a bomb, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing to note about, talked about introducing weapons. You got the most important armor in the game, other than the other one that we'll get. Everybody has the work pants on, which is like the only armor that gives you attack power other than the super suit, I believe.
I think that's correct, yeah.
Okay, here's where he takes away my items, so I can't use any more pick-me-ups. But the nice thing is that from this point on, he doesn't use any more bombs. He only uses blockable attacks from now on, which is quite nice. Chomp is a bit hard to defend, but like if you practice it for a bit, it's actually not that bad. You just gotta like... The point at which you want to block is when the enemy that's about to hit your head is like approaching the top of its arc. When it goes toward you, it's weird, really weird.
Yeah, Chomp has a very weird cue for a perfect block. Most attacks and blocks in this game have actually like very unusual cues.
We actually documented all of them on smrpgspeedruns.com, which was, we have like a time hit video study repository that took like several years to make, and we just finished, I think, in 2022.
Yeah, very cool tool. You can, frame advance it. It'll highlight the frames that you can do the action command on. It's good.
I didn't get the random flower box drop, but that doesn't really make a huge difference in Beat Kulex.
Also, I know why you need the flower before Punchinello's, because of dog jump.
Yes, you're right.
You probably don't need it now that you got Forest Secret.
I'm gonna get it anyway. I want flowers or Kulex.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a safety save here because this part is like kind of unforgiving. I'm just gonna like go past and just do a quick. It's not really quick, but it's a safety save for a marathon.
I guess you could get the coins on here.
That's a great idea, Sean. See,
right.
he's so smart. That's why I'm dating him.
I mean, you will have to deal with stuff in the way, I guess.
Well, speaking of stuff in the way,
Guess we'd have to deal with that
actually,
guy.
you know what? I want to deal with that and the flames, so I'm gonna get it after.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if these guys will cooperate for me today. Hey, get over here, buddy. Where are you going? Okay. That's bad. I'm not gonna get 10. That's cool. That's okay though. Yeah, I gotta reset that. That's okay. I went for a little risky thing there and it didn't work out. That's okay. That's why we make safety saves.
You don't need to go for the fireball, do you?
No, I didn't. I just thought that like if it came close enough to me, then it would help me make up some missing time.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's okay. Get out of my way.
Yeah, this movement here is really tight, and you
Yeah.
need like the first bomb to cooperate and walk towards you.
It's actually like extremely hard. Buddy, where are you going? Okay, much better.
Oh yeah, we're cooking now.
Okay. I don't like that.
Yeah, it went so far away.
That's okay. 9 is fine.
That's fine.
You know what I can do for safety though? I can fight this last one.
And don't forget the coins after.
I will not forget the coins. Oh, I don't like that.
No.
Maybe you don't want to fight that, yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. Okay. Yeah, let's not do that.
You could also like fight a fireball in Booster Tower.
That's true. I could do that. We kind of skipped that room, but it's probably a good idea. Thank you for not letting me forget the chest.
Yep. That's a lot of money right there.
Let's get that.
Let me know when we have time
And-
for a quick donation.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, we got a, $11.11 donation by one, who says 1111111.
Thank you.
Good.
One.
Which one of you guys was that?
By the way, that's binary for happy birthday, Sean.
So this is Punchinello. He's not really related to like anyone or anything in the plot of this story. He's just like a guy that hangs out in the mountain.
He just wants to be famous.
He really wants to be famous, but he hasn't made a TikTok account yet, so I don't really know like what he's doing. In the remake, he gets a bit more of a storyline. He actually like ends up going to work for Bowser when he's repairing his castle, which I think is kind of cool. Also implies that he doesn't actually die when he blows up in here. Punchinello is like a little funky because oh great, that's really nice. Thanks, buddy.
There's Sandstorm, by the way.
Yeah, that's Sandstorm.
Shout outs to the Rude, who's actually going to be in Montreal like sometime soon, from what I hear.
That's sick, actually.
I'm not even joking. Like,
Wow.
They just announced the date for Montreal. I found out like a couple of days ago.
Nice.
So this fight is pretty straightforward. Everything except Sandstorm is blockable, and he can only use Sandstorm once. When you deal enough damage to him, he summons bigger and bigger bombs, but you can block the bombs when they blow up. Doesn't matter how big they are. Eventually, he summons a really big bomb that just kind of like explodes the whole mineshaft and ends the battle. And because that exits the battle irregularly, it's not like where Jinx says simply amazing and quits, or when any other enemy just explodes into coins. Nothing that you do in this battle actually gets remembered by the game. So if you do 100 super jumps on Punchinello and then go to Monster Town, you are not getting a super suit.
That's so scuffed. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's also part of why like we will never use regular jump on this fight. It's not really that much stronger than Mario's attack, and also your jump counter doesn't get persisted. So I found that out when I was like making practice saves. I'm like, why is it still 37? I used it 10 times on Punchinello, and then oh my goodness, that's why. It's pretty bad.
Your items do deplete, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, your items deplete. Nothing else that has to get persisted to memory is actually remembered. It just kind of messes you over like that. So here's where it happens. That's King Bomb, by the way. You can do more than 10,000 damage to him if you fight Magic Koopa. And when you do 10,000 damage, it doesn't have enough digits to display it. So the first digit is an M, letter M, which I don't know what that's for. We're not going to see that today, though. Go check out my glitch exhibitions on YouTube if you want to see that.
Well, while the star animation's running, I guess now would be a good time for donation.
It's a great time for a donation.
Well, Graceful Shutdown donated $11.31 and says, think of this as 11 $1 donation trains plus a handful of cents to get us back to 11 cents. Let's make that 1-1-1-1-1-1-1 happen, gamers.
Thank you, Graceful.
By the way, the M stands for many hundreds, apparently.
I hope so.
Yeah, that would make sense. That checks out.
Well, M in Roman numerals is 1,000, right?
It might be. I think it also, it could stand for Mon, which is Japanese for 10,000.
Yes.
I don't know. That's just my crackpot theory.
Hey, you got another one of these.
Yeah, I don't know what they do.
Me neither.
Maybe they'll come in handy.
I think you're supposed to put them on your fridge.
Oh. Oh, that's a great idea. We should do that when we go home. Okay, I had one really good minecart, one really bad minecart today, so let's hope this one is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, time for a really mediocre minecart.
A mediocre minecart.
I'll say the funny thing. Shouts out your pie, by the way. Who has the cojones to give a $5 donation to this event if Pidge gets sub 2 minecart?
The pressure's on, yo.
I'm in.
Yeah, putting it all on the line.
All on the lines, just so that we can get to $1,111.11.
This is so fun to optimize. They didn't have to put something so fun in the game, but they did.
This game is really just like always throwing something new at you, and it's so much fun.
This game is so good.
I kind of hold my hand in a weird position when I do this part.
That's a good time for first screen. So in this screen, you actually want to get the path that will give you the most mushrooms, so you can just unload them for the next 2 screens.
Okay, thank goodness I did that one right. That's the hardest room.
So far,
Nice.
so good.
Yep. We are cooking.
Kind of over-braked a little there, but it's okay.
You're still fine, as long as you don't crash, really.
No crashes so far.
Uh-huh.
Look, Mom, no crashes.
Yep. Crashes 0, boring crashes 0.
Do not want to crash there. That's like the worst place you can crash.
Kind of cooking here.
Yeah, this is an okay minecart. It's not phenomenal, but it's working out.
I think we're in there.
Yeah, I think this is like a guaranteed sub too.
157 probably.
Something like that.
High 157, yeah.
157, 158.
And
Hey!
Doing that. 157.91. That's the best minecart I've gotten all day, actually.
let's go.
Yeah, surprising.
Pidge downplaying how much of a gamer she is.
Thank you. Is that a compliment?
No comments.
You know, there's a French expression for that kind of compliment. We call it a compliment.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what is not a compliment? The current host who donated $5 and says, sub 2 minute get. And they actually did that donation before you even finished. That's how much faith they had in you.
There you go.
G-Virus. G-Virus has watched so many of my SMRPG runs at No Reset. There's like a long history there. When I saw you were hosting this, I'm like, I love that. I love that for me.
You know I wouldn't miss it for the world. Also, Lena Kitty donated $5 and says $5 for sub 2 as it was asked. And then Manager donated $11 and says local SMRPG historian speedrunning like a true gamer. You love to see it. Stay super jumper.
Hey.
Thanks, gamers. I mean that in the non-derogatory way, by the way.
Gamers non-derogatory.
I mean, we're all gamers here, like, no matter what.
Don't say it too loud. We are broadcasting us on the
points.
internet.
Yes, I do. Okay.
Gamers here. Over.
Type 1 in the chat room if you're a gamer.
What?
So here I'm buying the shiny stone, which I'm gonna need to actually unlock the door to Cool X's lair later. I get it right now just so we don't have to make a round trip back to Moleville later on. This little kid, you give her fireworks and she gives you a shiny stone. Whatever she's gonna do with the fireworks, none of my business. I don't really know why I'm saving here, but I'm doing it anyway.
More of Mario's Joker arc in this game is giving a child fireworks unsupervised.
This Joker arc. All right. Yeah, we get that frog coin. That's an easy one.
Okay, managed to not fall off there and
You
get
managed to not fight any artichokes. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
By the way, Pidge, I've been meaning to ask you. So, what do you think of the remake?
It is the gold standard for what a remake of a retro game should be. It's fantastic. I prefer the original game a little more for a couple reasons, but like I won't get into all that right now. You can read my Reddit history if you really want to know. But if this game is a 10 out of 10 to me, the remake's like a 9.5 out of 10. The main thing I like more in this game is that the platforming is crisper, but also like I think it really helps that the remake is extremely faithful, and I think a big reason why that is because one of the most instrumental developers on this game came back as a director for the remake, and I feel like he was not gonna let them not make it faithful. He was one of 3 people from the original cast who came back for the remake. That's Taro Kudo, the other one being Yoko Shimomura, like the literal goddess who composed this. And the other was Yoshi Maekawa, who was one of the 2 directors of the original game.
And I mean, playing the remake for the first time, I remember I'm like, this is how I remember this game. I had the same set of eyes that I had when I was a kid and I played it for the first time. And also that isometric aesthetic. Even though it was now in 3D, they still retained the charm of the presentation, the physics, everything felt right.
It looks so good.
And I was really scared when they first announced it that it wouldn't feel right, but the feel of the remake was perfect for me.
It's like I think that it sets a really good example for what a remake should aspire to be.
I mean, I knew it was an amazing remake when I realized that the whole time I was playing this game, I was smiling like an idiot the whole time. Like, biggest smile, just pure joy. Love it.
That's how I felt also. When the game was first announced, I kind of heard rumors that it might be happening, but like SMRPG fans are used to being disappointed whenever we think our game might be coming back into the spotlight, so I wasn't expecting anything to actually happen. Then it did. Oh, I should fight a fireball here, right? Yeah, I think I probably should.
Yeah.
So when the direct was happening, I was in a meeting at my job, and I was like kind of watching the direct in the background, and I saw Peach come up, and I'm like, okay, hold on. And when that happened, like, I was just so shell-shocked, but trying to look like I was paying attention. And I remember, like, being asked to do something, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And I had no idea what I had just agreed to do. I was just, like, losing my mind over the remake announcement. It was, like, kind of special, because Sean and I met over this game 9 years ago, and by that time, we'd started dating, and he moved in with me. Like, that was pretty new. Like, we'd only been living together for a couple months. And, about, like, a year and a half. And we got to, like, experience this game, like, brand new. After that happened, I'm like, this is, like, you couldn't write fan fiction like this, you know what I mean? It was pretty sick for that to happen. And then I knew I had to get to work on a new damage calculator. I don't think I actually need this frog coin, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Muscle memory.
What'd you say?
Muscle memory.
Yeah. We do need the goodie bag, though. That's important, so may as well.
Yeah, the goodie bag sells for a buttload of money.
A big chunk of money. The strategy that I'm using in this route, like, bomb freebies don't really matter, so that's part of why you want to get the goodie bag for marathon safety. So here comes Booster. He's my actual favorite character in the game.
The guy just wants to eat cake.
He just wants to eat cake. Like,
That's all he
he's
wants.
capturing Peach and making her marry him, but like it's just his plot because he just wants to eat a cake. He gets his cake and then he leaves, and Peach is like, okay, I guess I'm going back to my home. Booster is like wildly eccentric and just like has absolutely no understanding about how anything in this world works, but he's also like obscenely rich and doesn't have to know. I got a chance to interview the game's original director like about a year ago, and I asked him who his favorite character was, and he said Booster is the best. And I tell you, gamers, I have never felt more validated in my entire life. This is the obnoxious thing you do in the current minigame, which the current minigame, you don't actually do it in the remake, right?
Yeah, it's slower actually.
Yeah.
Slower.
A good deal faster to fight.
Yeah.
Booster.
On top of getting like a lot of money and EXP from fighting Booster.
Yeah, and that's because, like, in the remake, if you have Mallow in your party, you get a 25% boost to all of your magic offense, and that's applied, like, after your equipment, so it's pretty massive. We don't have that in this game, so the amulet that we get from winning the minigame is really important for boosting our magic power just a little bit to make things viable.
Yeah. This game also lets you sell basically whatever the hell you want, where the remake does not. So
Yes, yeah.
the extra money is huge.
That's also true. Look at me. They can't see me. My nose is sticking out from behind the curtain. All right, here comes Booster.
Whoa, he found you.
Ah!
But it's funny that you brought that up, Pidge, because I was about to say, man, I haven't seen this minigame being played in a while.
So now Booster forgets all about me trying to steal his wife and just like wishes me happiness for the rest of my life for getting his doll back. He also like didn't recognize who I was even though he has an action figure of me. But that's just how Booster's brain works.
But that
All right.
sniff is onto you, though.
He sure is. I don't remember this menu, so I'm gonna wing it.
Also, doesn't it give you like a smelly amulet at this point?
Yeah, as the amulet, and the description for it is like what?
It's smelly.
Yeah, it's smelly.
That's literally
Great
what
item,
it is.
bad smell.
Yeah, great item, bad smell.
That's
the
it.
one.
Yeah, Ted Woolsey kind of had to work with a very limited amount of space because in Japanese you can fit so much more info about each item in the same amount of characters, so there's a lot that you just had to buy a game guide to figure out what it did.
I don't remember this menu, by the way. Executes the menu perfectly.
It's an easy menu, I just didn't have it written in my notes.
All right.
Using Terrorize here, we were talking about the fear status earlier with that sandstorm cast on your party. Well, Terrorize does the same thing but to the enemies. And it just so happens that the Clown Bros here are both susceptible to it. And that's why a Fireball was able to do a whopping 300 damage. Not only is Knife Guy weak to fire, but he's also now taking double damage. So quadruple damage from Fireball.
I should also mention that the strategy I'm using here doesn't actually make any sense. This is like the old school Knife Guy, Great Guy fight where you use Fire Orb twice on Knife Guy because he's weak to that. Nowadays we use a Rock Candy Manip. I'm not doing that today. It's not like super important in this category, but when you use Rock Candy Manip, you want to have Fearless pins, and when you use Fire Orb, you want to have Wake Up pins. I'm doing Fire Orb, but with Fearless pins. I don't really know why I'm doing that. I just did it today, and it kind of stuck.
All physicals from Great Guy. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fastest attack animation.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Thanks.
And when we have some time for a couple donations.
Yeah, this is a good time for maybe one before this next minigame starts, because I need to be able to hear it.
All right. Well, since it's one, I'm gonna read Megastorm's donation, who donated $6.58 and says, "Let's go, Pitch Zero. Let's get those fireworks as quickly as you can. Heart."
Thank you.
One.
So
Now
here's
it's time for
Hill.
Booster Hill. Yeah.
Have you ever tried to play this with no sound? I did that today, and it was the worst experience I've ever had playing this game.
You need the drum.
I totally believe you. Yeah.
No, I'm saying that like to make excuses. So like if I go through this and I don't actually do very well, like I'll have no one to blame but myself.
It actually sounds so cringe playing this without audio. How many flowers is Bish gonna get on this minigame? I'm calling 11.
At least one. I think I can end the minigame now. I got one.
All right.
Well, that's not very good.
I'll say 10.
Great start. Come on.
En passant, on vient de recevoir un beau raid de Lulune TV. Merci, Lulune.
Nice. Oh, that didn't work out for me. Oh well. I've taken lots of backup flowers. My result here isn't super important, but it's still like nice to have a lot of flowers for collects. I think Just Incredible, who's world record holder, I think in most tracked categories except low level, made a tutorial for this. That's like really good, and if you want to learn this, you should watch it for this minigame. Justin, if you're in chat and I'm like making that up, let me know.
Isn't the max amount of flowers that you can get in this minigame 16?
It's 16, yeah. I've
Yeah.
gotten that once in my life.
Yeah.
Part of the 16 club is what we call it, I guess. Maybe that's what I call
You need
it.
to be absolutely perfect, and also you might need decent luck. With like the barrel patterns and the sniff it patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm not gonna get that.
Nah.
There we go.
I think you might be right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
I think if he starts like going backwards before you bounce forward, like you have a good chance of getting it. How is that? 13. Wow, that's
13.
much better than
Crushed it.
playing with no sound. Let me tell you that much. Cool. So we're about to go into the bunt fight, which is really, really bad.
It's actually a piece of cake.
Okay. Can I?
It's
I think
the
I think
whole
I'm done
cake.
here. What do you guys want to play? Yeah, the bunt fight in this category is really rough because you want to save your red essence for Cool X, whereas normally you would use it here to get good defense during phase 2, which is tons of magic. What am I doing, dude? There we go. So we use a bracer instead, and you kind of like got to make a lot of decisions about, do I heal Mario or do I attack? Usually I think it's like a little faster if you turn around and reload the room to get Bowser to come out, but if you're saving, I think it's faster to just stay in here.
Yep.
All right. So here we are. They're about to get married. It doesn't actually mean anything because Booster is just going to leave without her anyway. He just wants his cake. So she just got her head bonked, so she's like understandably having a really bad day right now. And Peach is like kind of incredibly strong in this game, so the fact that this happens to her at all is like a little bizarre. She has like, I think she actually has like the steepest stat growth curve out of any character in the game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like mostly during, I forget which levels it's during, because like the stat curves change after level 10 and then again after level
Pidge.
20, I think.
Pidge,
Yep.
take a look at the counter.
Oh my!
Oh, baby.
Go!
I feel like it's my birthday.
We
Get it, gamers!
we need some ones in the chat.
Yo, thanks everybody.
Happy birthday, Sean!
Thank you.
Right on time for the cake fight, actually.
That doesn't. Don't let
Seriously.
that stop you from like continuing to donate. By the way.
Oh yeah, keep donating. We've had it now. We're gonna, the next step is really 2222222.
True. Let's see if we can get to that by the end of the run.
You can say we've had our cake and now we want to eat it too.
Hey. You know what they say? Bunt there, done that.
Oh man. Hey, Peachcast, don't need to reset. Talk about how unhinged it is to have like the lipstick mouth things for the pipe organ in the back.
And Mario like just jumps on it while people are getting married and messes up the music.
Absolutely horrifying.
All right. So phase 2 of the bunt fight is kind of where it gets the most difficult because this cake uses a lot of magic and does 2 attacks per turn. And you have basically no defense here.
Yeah, you're pretty bare bones.
So I'm going to use the bracer.
Yeah, this phase of the fight, you just have to deal enough damage to the top to make the chefs realize that this thing is alive.
I don't like that 7 damage on Gino.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's okay.
7 less health that you can work with for phase 2, so it can be pretty spooky.
Because I bought a ton of pick-me-ups, like this fight is a little bit safer than it normally is. We can kind of use items a little, we can kind of attack conservatively and still make progress. Because the main thing is keeping Mario alive in phase 2. Like, you really don't want him to get KO'd. Oh my gosh, this is bad. Do I heal Gino? No, I don't think I will. All right.
I guess guess there was an argument for healing Gino and then defend, and then just like
Yeah,
go for
I
the kill
thought
the turn after.
I thought about that, but I only have 3 mushrooms, and like I really want to save those for Mario so that he keeps his bracer instead of having to be revived without it.
Yeah, good points.
Whereas like if I have to res Gino, like big deal, he doesn't have any statuses.
Blow those candles out.
So this phase of the fight, he's got 5 candles. Nice. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, okay. I think I can survive that.
Blizzard's like the weakest spell he can
It
use, I
is,
believe.
yeah. So every time you attack him with a regular A attack, one of his candles gets blown out, and he respawns one every turn. So this boss doesn't actually have an HP counter. Nice. Oh, that's not nice. That is nice. No, I can take him out right now.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Wow, that
was really good luck.
this is this is a really great. He didn't use Diamond Saw even once. Okay, we're through phase 2. We're gonna get out of this fight.
You got 3 out of 4 physicals.
That was I don't know how to like explain just how lucky that is. To get that cake has terrifying magic, and so when he uses a physical on you, it's basically like a free attack. That knocked out Mario, but that's okay. We don't really need him anymore.
I got a little bit of some critical information that came in from chat. So apparently, if we reach 2222222 on the donation counter before the end of your run, you're gonna have to legally change your name to Pidge02.
I mean, I'll do it. Okay, that was very lucky. So I don't think I saw Drain Beam, but I didn't see Diamond Saw. I only saw 1 Blizzard. I didn't really see Sandstorm until phase 3 started. That was extremely lucky. He was just spamming physical attacks at me, so I didn't really have to do a lot of like kind of predicting what he could do next and trying to keep Mario's HP above that. So that is like that's the scariest fight in this speedrun besides fighting Cool X, actually. So I'm very happy with how that went. Oh, that's a relief. I was worried I was gonna have to reset here. Like Diamond Saw and Mario, like you're just kind of screwed. If there are any more donations, we have like, I don't know, 5 minutes for donations right now, I think. About to go do the cutscene.
Actually, I was hoarding some of them just so
Okay.
I would have my work cut out for me right after the wedding. So we got wedding favors basically that came in. So we have Super Big Kmart who donated $5 and says gamer.
Gamer.
Then Jumpman MD donated $5 and says $5 for sub 2 as promised. P.S. Maybe next year I will travel to Canada and watch No Reset in person. You should definitely do that.
Please do. I would love for you to go to No Reset.
We want more people here because the more the merrier, and we do all of this for each and every single one of you. And by we, I mean us, because it's really by the community, for the community. And I mean, with everyone just, coming together to make this happen, otherwise it just wouldn't be. No matter how much money you throw at this, if you don't have the community behind it, it just won't happen.
I can't stress enough just how much I recommend this event to anybody who wants to go to a speedrun event that's got this the community vibe is still here. You could talk to anyone here and it's chill. Ever since I was doing unhinged Graveshift SMRPG runs of categories I made up for you guys back at LAN ETS, I've
Shout outs to most of the stuff.
Yeah. Shows to all bosses, which I don't think existed until I did that run. It's amazing to see how far this event has come and just how it hasn't lost the spirit that it had when I started going 8 years ago.
Well, thank you. I'll take those words as a badge of honor, and honestly, that's everything we're working towards. No matter how big or how amazing, the tech and everything around the event gets, we don't want to change the feeling that people get when they come here. And seriously, it's definitely my North Star. That's what guides me in the way that, me and the team organize the event and make it happen like this. It just wouldn't be the same if it wasn't geared that way. And that's the last thing I want, is for the event to kind of lose its soul, which is something, the promise I can make to each and every single one of you out there. I will do everything I can so that it never changes, because the day it changes is the day I just stop.
And this guy makes good on his promises.
There's also just lots of fun stuff to do here. There's a whole arcade setup outside the stream room. The stream now is combined with the practice room, which was only a thing as of the last event. And yeah, the practice room, there's Volrath has set up a little community event where you can go and do retro game challenges and compete against everyone else here. It's been lots of fun. There's card games, board games, all types of stuff. It's great.
And here's the fun part is that me and Void, it took a while for me to get Void to one of our events, but we would always cross paths at other events. Like we met at GDQ, we met like I think at DreamHack I saw you as well, or I think it was Comic-Con, and I'm like, I'll see you at every single event, you know, and we'll cross paths. And then finally you got here, and it's great to see people, you know, traveling far and wide. I mean, I know it's a bit of a drive for you as well, but every time I see a familiar face coming to our event that's homegrown, it's made here, like it means the world to get the support of the local community. And by local, I mean obviously the province of Quebec, Ontario, even everyone out west. I mean, shout outs to Slurpy Ninja who comes, you know, whenever they're able to from I believe Alberta, and we have people from the United States, as we saw with DK64. And you know, we all come from different backgrounds. Hell, we speak different languages. You know, that's the reality for a lot of us. But that's also why this event is a bilingual event, runner's choice, because I didn't want anyone to feel left out. And I was called crazy for doing a bilingual event when I first did it. And you know, I think we're doing pretty well for ourselves, and that's not going to change. So keep them coming. And actually, I still have donations, and I know we might have.
You got time for a couple more.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, that was. I went into full cutscene mode on this one.
Watch this. Watch this. I hope I don't open the menu by accident for no reason.
Oh no.
Oh God, what happened to her?
No.
Oh, Peach, are you okay? Do I need to use a pick me up? Now she's fine.
Shout outs to Marie Antoinette because her head was. You know,
Oh my gosh.
for you history buffs out there. But that being said, Lulun, who rated us earlier, donated $20 and says, Vive les RPG. So long live RPGs. We also have Lena Kitty, who donated $20.42, who says, Happy birthday, Sean. And with that, we should be at 111-111-1. And that is the case, but we're no longer there because more donations came in. Megastorm donated $9.58, who says, The cake is moving, we seen it. And then we have Joshugan99 donated $50, and Michel Lacroix donated $250 to save the animals too. So that for me, that's donating done right.
Hey, check out that donation total. I don't know if I get it.
It's
Nice.
11 because we like turning things to 11. 420 because you know 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and anything but tenfold in this case, and then 69 because it's a nice number. Because when you're rolling deep. Whether you end up upside down or right side up, it's still 69. So this is the rolling
That one's
deep.
Power Blast.
Wait, so that's what 69 means actually. It's the rolling deep number.
Oh, okay, I get it now. Also, like, shoutouts to any Americans who came here, because, like, spending your American money in the Canadian economy is, like, that's really nice of you guys to be doing that right now. I hope you're
Honestly.
enjoying the event.
I hope so too, and I hope, like I said, to me, I'm trying to really take down the whole language barrier thing, and that's the thing by doing the event in Montreal. It's a bilingual city, so no matter where you're from, you know, whether you speak French, English, Greek, Italian, like it doesn't matter. Just come here, and we'll have a great time together.
I love Montreal. It's like almost every vacation I've spent in my adult life has been in the United States, but it's either the USA or Montreal.
Yeah, I think it's actually great that you host the event as a bilingual event, G-Virus, because like I've attended a lot of speedrun events, and like no other event does it that way. So like it really gives it this niche, and like you said, like Montreal being a bilingual city, and also just like the community as a whole being bilingual, like it makes it like just really inclusive and like really tight knit as a result. And yeah, it's just like a nice way to like set ourselves apart and just keep growing the community this way.
Well, I mean, and thank you for the kind words. You know, once more, it really means a lot to me that you're saying that. And, you know, even down to every little minute detail, like just the logo for the event. You know, it's called No Reset because obviously marathon setting, you start your run, you have to finish it, no reset, this and that. But the logo, if you notice, it's basically the R with the bar across, like the no parking sign. Because what is more emblematic of Montreal than a freaking no parking sign?
True.
And that's legit where it came from.
Man.
And you know,
I never looked at it that way, but like that's so true. Like I don't live in Montreal, but like if I were to live in Montreal, I just wouldn't get a car because
well, that's also why we do it here. You know, one of the big selling points for this venue is the free parking in the back. I'm not kidding. It's very useful for people coming from far away, driving their way down.
there is a lot of parking and it's free.
Exactly.
It's so useful.
Okay. Seaside menu here is like every category of this game has a different seaside menu. And when you run all of them, you kind of forget which is which. So I'm going to be referencing notes quite a bit here.
Yeah, for reference, this is the biggest like shopping trip that we're gonna do in any of the runs is here in Seaside because they sell explosives. It's a one-time use consumable unless you freebie it. That does massive damage to everything on the screen. So we're gonna make quite use of that. Although I don't know if this run makes as much use since it's a little bit shorter and doesn't go through the whole rest of the game. But it's quite complicated because you can only cap your money out at $9.99, and the game does let you continue to sell even if you have maxed out money. So you have to pay attention and sort of make sure that what you're buying and what you're selling isn't wasting any coins because you really want to maximize what you can purchase here.
I'm missing a flower jar.
Uh-oh.
Like, which one?
Well, probably a knife guy, great guy. We'll make it work.
Is that a random drop?
No, it's not. You just don't get it when your inventory's full.
Oh, that's
Let's
scuffed.
see. How many can I get? I guess I can get 2 for now.
Did you bring your Game Shark?
I can mod this game. It's very easy.
You're just
think,
gonna like you're
sell
using a flash card, right? Just hook up to it and go change the value of the memory.
Okay, I gotta buy another fire for sure. I have 3 ices, which is fine. I
3
need
ice
2
by
more
fire.
fright bombs and 1 more fire bomb. Okay, so I'm only missing 1 bomb actually. I think, which should
Just
3
get an
ice
extra fried,
and-
maybe.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that big a deal because it means if anything, I'll just have to take out an armored ant like with physicals or whatever. There's like no boss fights that are really affected by that, so it should still be okay. Oh, it's this. You know what? I'm gonna save.
Well, while you save, Casey donated $13 and says $1 for each flower on Booster Hill. We're about to meet our boy Johnny. Hype!
We are about to meet our boy Johnny.
And with that being said, I just want to point out that the goal for The Legend of Zelda, the Magic Wand of Gamelon, is at a $12,500 donation goal. We set that in, we were kind of expecting to hit that obviously more like tomorrow when the run's actually happening, and we're getting really close to that, and we're actually getting close to even beating the donation record from the previous event, which I have to check, but I think it was around 13,500 or something like that. So you guys are on an amazing pace. Honestly, keep them coming. Keep wishing Sean happy birthday, making the
Yes.
All right.
let's go.
That's very good. So what Pidge did right there is a trick called ability swap. So if you pause the menu as you are about to jump below a star box.
Mallow wasn't level 9 before I hit that star. Oh, what happened there?
Yeah. But yeah, what that does is after that, you pause the game and you switch your characters. And what that does is it will make the character that levels up put their learning moves onto somebody else's. In this instance, the character that you end up swapping in. So right there, Pidge swapped Mallow and Peach. So what that's going to do is that's going to put Shocker on Peach.
Yeah, Peach hit level 10, but she got Mallow's level up bonus for when Mallow hits level 10s. And on level 10, Mallow learned Shocker. So since Peach got Mallow's level up bonus, she got the stats Mallow would get at level 10, whichever bonus you pick, and the Shocker spell.
Oh, I don't have any room. I'll get that later.
What's that you're supposed to buy here?
Maple syrups. I don't actually need them right now. I need them for Kulex, but you can get that later. I think I have it in my nose to get it later, actually.
How Canadian.
So here's a king. What am I doing? I didn't talk to this. There we go. That's what I wanted to do.
Merles.
Merles, by the way.
Here's a, this is a King Calamari strat that I actually had to make up for this category for the Marathon Safe version. I don't think you see this anywhere else in SMRPG. It's just like,
I'm excited to see it.
the speed in this fight is a little messed up. Nobody really knows how the turn order works in this fight.
It's very weird. Like the left tentacles don't have the same health as the right tentacles. Like that's why it doesn't make sense. Nice freebie.
Yeah, that's that actually makes up for missing the flower jar. Now my bomb road is back on track.
Hell yeah.
Now I boost Mario. I took a bit of damage there, so I'll double boost. This is fine. He's gonna firebomb.
Is there a reason why you don't use the firebomb with Mario there?
Because,
Fix the turn order, I guess?
yeah, you want to get here with Geno going first.
Makes sense.
Because he uses Geno Beam on King Calamari.
Ah.
And then Mario and Bowser
Nice.
use firebombs.
Yep. I'm actually a little surprised that Geno Beam does this much damage to King Calamari.
I think it's because he's got the amulet on. So yeah,
that's what it is, yep.
yeah, that's like I think that's the fastest way you can do that, like with this particular setup. Just don't take as much damage as I did.
Anyone ordered fried calamari?
Oh, every
You
day
want to
of
go
my
back for the
life.
maple? You want to
No,
go
we
back?
get the maple later. At a minimum, I think Goombet will sell them.
That mouse, you never know what he's gonna do. Well, he's gonna let me run away, which is very nice. Get out of my way.
This is one of the rooms of all time.
It's one of the rooms of all time. You can say that again.
Yep.
I think I'll be level 8 for Johnny. It's not that important if I am. But I gotta pay attention to see if Mario's gonna level up before I get into that fight. Is Fish gonna be nice today? Oh, he is. He's not
Nice.
trapped me in the corner.
Yeah, we call that fish a linebacker because sometimes you'll just tackle you into the corner and then you'll be stuck into the encounter infinite even if you run away,
Nice.
and
Yeah, I do that.
there'll just be no way out unless you fight the encounter.
Yeah, swap with Gino, I think, and then safety ring goes on Peach. That's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
We have some forced encounters coming up here with the bandana reds.
They're weak to fire.
Hey, nice freebie.
These freebies are actually kind of bad for me because like my inventory only has so much space in it.
Yeah, you even got the mushroom drop.
We actually don't use Bowser again in this route. He's used a lot in Nimbus Land, but we don't go there.
Nimbus Land, what's that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hear a bunch of tadpoles live there or something. So I gotta tell y'all something funny. I think this hotel is haunted.
What?
And I mean that because, so we were all trying to do super jumps today, and like no one could do super jumps today.
We're trying to get more people here, Pidge, not drive them away.
Well, if you don't need to super jump, you're gonna be fine.
Okay. So it's the super jump ghost, basically.
So the super jump ghost is haunting everyone, and so I don't really know how this fight on Johnny is going to go. But I did hit level 8, so that's good. I can use the slightly faster strat.
Did you guys know that Johnny is not a shark, but a guy in a shark suit?
He's 3 sharks in a shark suit.
Yep.
So he's gonna use Sleepy Bomb, I think. Where's my Sleepy Bomb? There it is. He's a Fright Bomb that casts Fear on Johnny and
That's
deals
right.
100 damage to him.
He is vulnerable to fear.
Yeah. now we do this. Shoot. Hey, Ryan, you want to give us a try? The super jump ghost is haunting me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Ford.
Okay, you're good? All right. So y'all have seen me do this a million times, but have you ever seen two people do this?
Alright, see if I can get it.
Oh my goodness. Yo, Void, you want to try?
All right.
We're passing it around today. Like, they've all seen me do this a million times, but I bet they've never seen two people do super jumps on someone else's speed run, right?
I mean, like I said, we love breaking ground here at No Reset
Yeah.
with SMRPG.
Oh my gosh, you want to give it? Oh, well, okay. Well,
That'll
this
do
is
it.
bad. This is pretty bad. We don't have a super suit. That's okay. We'll get it.
Yeah, you just have to do it on below.
Yeah, I did that. So one time I was being paid $1,000 to do the speed run in like an event, and I dropped it 98 on Johnny, and it was really funny. And I had to get it on Belome. Like, that was embarrassing. Like, of all the things to not do in a speed run that you're being paid for, I don't. Have you wondered why I never got paid to do it again?
I doubt that would be it. I mean,
I don't think that's why.
honestly, have you seen my Action Verge run at GDQ?
Well, I think the
They-
company that did it went out of business shortly after, so that's probably why.
That would do it. But my point being, they still invited me a second time afterwards,
Oh, well, there we go.
even after my catastrophe of a first run. So that that's saying something.
We're actually not throwing for content, gamers.
We are not.
On pitch pas pour le content, OK?
Le content.
That's not what I
Le
wanted to.
content.
Mario, Gino, and...
Emilio
Yeah, that
Peach,
looks
yep.
right, yeah. That looks right.
Somehow, like, I still vaguely remember how the menus and the equips work, even though I haven't played OGS MRPG in a minute.
This Yuridovich fight was funny because when I was practicing today, I was using a monitor that would turn off for 3 seconds anytime you used an attack that made the screen flash. And you have to use Shocker a lot in this fight, so it was kind of awful. It was actually really bad.
Can you point us to which TV that was later?
Our own, in our hotel room.
It's in
The
our
hotel
hotel
room. Okay, I
room.
thought you meant one of ours. I'm
No,
like,
no,
man.
no.
Oh, it ain't yours. Don't worry.
Okay. I got worried there for a second.
Nothing to worry about, except my super jumps, I guess.
I mean, you can still do this on the low.
Yeah, I'm probably fine. But I'm telling you, nobody can super jump today. It's an actual curse.
Well, I mean, right now I don't have any donations to read, but I'm guessing people are just waiting for the super jumps. But I think it's the other way around. I think we need more ones and more meme numbers to encourage, the frame count that basically allows pitch to, super jump 100 times in a row. So it might be linked. I'm just saying. I mean, got to try everything, right? We have a ghost and no busters, so let's do it.
Okay.
Encourage your local super jump economy, please.
Nice miss, dude. This is a pretty scary fight in this category just because you're kind of underleveled.
as a kid, even if I wasn't under-leveled, that fight was hell for me.
That fight is like quite the difficulty spike. Flamestone, yep.
I think it's froggy drink time. Rock candy.
Also, could it be that you're used to playing on a CRT and right now that you're playing on an analog, even though it's got barely any, you know?
I normally play on. Oh, that's bad. I normally play on monitor.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you probably need to heal him again. But I ran out of mushrooms. Oh, I didn't run out of mushrooms. I fought those two things.
Yep.
Fright bomb. You don't want to mistime any shockers in this fight. It's really bad if you do. But I think because I have lots of extra FP, we'll probably be fine. Shocker again.
Yeah, I guess you could always do an extra shocker.
Or use a firebomb freebie. I have tons of them. I guess I could do that.
So a little known fact here, the cursor will automatically point out to the real Gyaradovic.
If you're doing a single target attack.
Yep, yep.
I'm going to use a second firebomb because I have enough.
You don't have a use for fire bombs from this point on?
I guess I didn't need to use a firebomb. Okay. No, the only firebomb you need from here on out is in the armor dance.
Oh, but you have ice bombs for that, though.
I only have 3.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So you fight 4 Shoguns. In OG. In Remake, there's a little bit of a skip that you can do to skip a Shogun fight. So not only is it faster, but you also end up saving resources.
Also, I'm like notoriously bad at super jumping on Belome, so if anyone wants to get in here next.
I think everybody is bad at super jumping.
Yeah, I think you're right, though.
I think chat just really wants to give you a chance to reach 12,500
All right, well.
in time for the end of the run. So they're like, you know what? Let's just, you know, sabotage Pidge and, you know, but help the donation at the same time.
Yeah, that's a much better place to get those syrups. Mario Peach accessory gets swapped, and those get swapped, yeah. Well, I hate to say it this early, but I think this run is going over estimate, but that's all right. I think. Oh, I didn't talk to the Elder. Yeah, I just keep doing
it's all
things
good.
like that.
As long as, by the way, if you donate $25 or, well, actually, any donation of $25 or more enters you to win our last PF5, which is going to be raffled tomorrow. As well, anything 50 and above gives you a chance to win the PC provided to us by our partner CIPC, which has a i7 12700K processor, 32 gigs of RAM, a 3090 RTX 3090, which is nothing to sneeze at. We're not responsible for your hydro bill after this, but you know it's a good GPU. In this economy, you definitely want to get that. And by the way, if you do donate, you know, for the PC to get a chance at winning the PC, you also get a chance to win the PS5 because 50 is over 25. I know, crazy, right?
Whoa.
Tout est dans tout, big.
Whoops.
And also you donate for a great cause. So what's not to like?
There you go. Even Pidge is getting in on the action, just, you know, falling down just to kind of like buy us some frames.
Throwing for content.
On pitch pour le content.
Oh. All right, here's where we start using the ice bombs.
Nice bombs.
Nice bombs. Yeah, I only got 3.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
You're just gonna freebie 1, easy money.
Even if I don't, I have a fire. You can still like one-shot them with a Geno boost. Hope I don't get soft lock between the whirlpools like Darnajon did.
And you had to jinx it.
Everyone forgot about that, but I haven't.
You're supposed to fight Jinx, not jinx the run.
Also, don't ask how these whirlpools work. The interaction on them is wacky. Like, you can only enter them at certain times, and that's why she's not just running right into them. And, like, Mario's not just going down right there.
Yeah, they're very finicky.
Oh, that looks dangerous. Those whirlpools are awfully close together.
There it is.
Just like we drew it up.
Well, it saved me like 5 seconds. It's pretty nice.
I was never worried, by the way. Like
Good.
I knew you were gonna freebie one.
Okay, I am not getting soft locked.
The
They moved
spirit
apart.
of Just Incredible is with us tonight.
Sure is. Okay, buddy, get over here. I'm like terrified of the whirlpools sometimes because soft locked city.
He's not your buddy, friend.
He ain't my buddy.
Not your friend, guy.
Not your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal guy. All right, I don't. The lens and star is like pretty inconsequential, so I'm not gonna do anything too fancy for it. But I'm gonna save anyway, just in case I do anything terrible.
Still in all save boxes run.
Gotta channel Justin with his amazing AGDQ run. Except he was actually good. Okay, there we go. That's enough. Yeah, if you get that many on the top floor, like, you're probably fine. By the way, in my PB, I'm finishing the game right now.
But instead, you're just, wrecking these lizards.
Yeah, instead I'm messing around in Land's End. It's like my favorite part of the game, actually. Mokura, you gonna show up for me, buddy? No, he's not showing up for me today. That's okay.
That would have been crazy.
It would have been funny as heck.
Yeah.
How many coins do I have? Okay, I think I will buy the trampoline because I'm probably gonna get the backup red essence. If you don't get the backup red essence, you don't need to buy this.
Where's the backup reticence?
Bean Valley.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Nice Yoshi cookie. I'm not gonna use it. Oh, he's not trolling me today.
Yeah,
I just get first try fortune.
yeah.
Love that. Love that for
Nice.
me.
I was gonna say you don't need the Yoshi cookie because they got plenty of nice free cookies at the front desk.
Nice. Oh, that's swag.
I didn't realize you could do that on below 1 until recently. I'm not gonna do the regular strat here. I'm just gonna like do this, I
Super
guess.
jump.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Wow, what is going on? I'm telling you, the hotel's haunted. All right, he's gonna copy Gino. I did first try Johnny in practice today, and I couldn't do it today. Couldn't do it in the actual run. Probably should have attacked him, but that's okay. What the heck is going on, dude?
Marathon lock combined
Marathon
with...
luck, y'all.
It's the haunting of the double tree.
Y'all seen me do this before. This is not a hard trick, but for some reason, nobody can do it today. Oh, why am I doing that?
This is getting out of hand.
It is actually getting out of hand.
There are 2 of them now.
There's 3 Genos. I'm
Oh.
seeing double here. 4 Krusties.
Call them three nose.
Oh my god. I got nothing, y'all.
It's the ghost.
Oh,
Just
maybe
blame
you
the
wanted
ghost.
a group hug. All right.
Yeah. So if I actually can't get it, I might boot up a practice save just like for the sake of the marathon, but
Gotcha.
it might not come to that. At least I'm getting lots of attempts. Okay, thanks, buddy. I don't know what's going on today, man. It's all right.
Well, we'll get to see our old friend
Get there,
Jagger.
we'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we try a couple times on that dude and see how that goes.
Damn, Gino got blasted.
Huh?
I said Gino got blasted.
Sure did. I don't actually need 3 syrups for Cool X, so I'm gonna use that. Geno blasted. Buddy, enough. It's getting a little rude. This is ridiculous.
How many flame stones?
How many flame stones does it take to knock out one Mario?
At this point, it's not just the super jumps. It haunts the very memory of the ROM. Like,
Yeah, everything except Bud was
Geno
cursed,
clone
which is
ran out
not
of
how this
FP.
usually goes.
The Gino clone ran out of FP. That's so stupid.
He's run out of FP. Chalk went up to the never happened before. Don't tell me I need to fight him 3 times. Oh my, this is stupid, y'all.
so we ran
This
out
is
of
stupid.
FP for real.
Actually stupid. Oh man,
Oy. What a video game.
what a video game.
True gamer moment right there.
True and real.
Oh no, I don't have a practice save. All right.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, here goes nothing. Hey, I haven't seen this guy in a while.
I guess the practice save that you saved over. At
Yeah,
the start
that
of the
might
run
have
was
been.
that one, yeah.
Okay, guys, I need some backup here. Who here is good at super jumping this guy?
I could try again if you want.
Yeah, I might as well, right?
Yeah.
Give it one more go, I believe.
Yeah, I'll try it once, but I'm just like, I'm keep hitting it too late, and I actually know I'm hitting it too late.
I think each $5 donation we'll get in the next 5 minutes will be one more super jump.
No, that was like what?
63.
63. You want to try? Anyone else want to try this? Or should I keep going? Hey, you want to take a seat or no?
This is the Montreal Super Jumping Championship.
It's the Montreal Super Jumping
It's the
Championship.
Super Jump Invitational.
I've run this game like 6 times here and never. Get serious.
Oh,
You gotta sit on the edge of your seat. Just hunch over a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Assume the gamer position.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you. Haunted.
Oh,
Yo, nice.
nice.
Wow.
I mean, you got owned by the pupil.
I got owned by everything.
So someone's asking, how many do we need to do? We need to do 100.
100.
I believe we got to 66 thus far.
Yeah.
63.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's just like, nope.
Pidge's very first
Just
attempt on
noped you out.
Johnny was 78.
78 on John.
Yeah. So earlier when I was practicing, I got 100 first try on Johnny, so I thought I was ready. But also, like, there's something in the water or something, man. What'd you say?
I keep dropping at like the critical jump.
Do you want to try again? Come on up, Ryan. How many SMRPG speedrunners does it take to get a super suit? We're about to find out today.
Got this.
I have to have one marathon run like this.
See? We've got...
So the nice thing about Jagger's Hall of Shame is that he's immune to jump, so you can try as many times as you want, and you just run away and he heals you. How many was that?
36.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
He keeps doing the 69, man.
Yeah.
Was that it? Oh, thank you. Give it up for Ryan, y'all. He saved the run.
Let's go, everybody! Ryan Ford.
Ryan Ford.
He's got a better PB than me.
Aced.
See,
So it takes 3 SMRPG speedrunners to get 1 super suit.
by the way, Pidge, when I said the whole community comes together to make this happen, I was talking about the event, not the super jumps.
Dude, I'm so washed at OGSM RPG. I could first try. I could first try Super Jumps. This was remake, but
And Pidge tried to show me how to super jump. And I couldn't. I just
Right?
couldn't.
yeah.
My ADHD is not wired to be hyper focused, frame perfectly for 100 times straight. Well, like 87 times straight.
I'm going for I'm gonna go get a backup red essence just cause like. So if you thought super jumping was hard normally, the nice thing about it is that it has a constant BPM. The end of the frame window in which you can input tapers off to be 3 frames long. That's when it can accept an input, is in a 3-frame window in a 60 FPS game. So like, ever hear frame perfect trick in Ocarina of Time? Well, it's around that. If you you'll notice that like for the first 13 jumps, it's really easy to land them, and then it gets much harder. But the end of the frame window is always a constant interval apart, and that's 45 frames. In the remake, it's a bit more than that. So the BPM in this game is 80. The BPM in the remake is 69, and that's why we don't like use super jumps as much in that one.
Nice.
But on
That's a
Cool
nice
X,
BPM.
on Cool X, that's not the case. On Cool X, there is no consistent interval between your super jumps.
Oh,
Yeah. So that is like, you'll hear a lot of rumors about super jumps, like, oh, I heard that it changes after a certain amount. Like, no, it doesn't, but if you're fighting Kulaks, it changes after every freaking jump.
Yeah, any of the enemies that float up and down, pretty much.
And that's why, if you want to see me do 100 super jumps on Kulaks, go watch my RPG Limit Break 2019 run. It's the only time in my life I've ever done it.
that's insane. So you have to do it with a visual cue, essentially.
I don't know if it's so much a visual cue, but you do kind of have to like react a bit to when Mario is like coming back onto the screen. Buddy.
It's okay.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna equip that super suit and that attack scarf, because last thing I want to do is die in Bean Valley.
It's okay, Pidge. You have been blessed by the patron saint of speedrunning.
I'll be fine. We're
He's
getting a
watching you
backup
right
strat.
now.
10:58, very commendable.
Very commendable. So what I'm doing here is extremely safe. So like, probably not going to die to Kulaks.
I think Mario is just done with super jumps. Just look at him. He's just done.
You
Like-
wouldn't like normally do this, but if you're having a bad day with super jumps, like it's not a bad idea to just like take a couple minutes and just go here and get an extra red essence to kind of make the fight last a little longer. Because Mario is level 11. Have you ever tried fighting Kulaks at level 11? It's awful. It's really bad.
I don't see how I would have gotten to Kulaks at level 11. when I
Okay,
first
shy
played this
away.
game.
You can come over here now, buddy. Okay.
Okay, that Bisa
Okay.
was, not
But-
not too. What? Okay, now he is cringe. He is cringe. I was about to take it back, but no. This is the most cringe guy in SMRPG.
There's a way to manip this, and I forget what it is. But you have to use it at low level.
The manip is to threaten that Bisa with a
This
a
is
bad
freaking
time.
unbelievable, dude. What is going on? He's not coming? Okay, thank you.
I was gonna say, if he
Holy
was keeping
crap.
you again, I was gonna
Oh,
elbow
he was,
drop
he
that
was
console.
freaking, he was deking me out.
At least we got the good encounter here.
Yeah. This is... Normally, when you get into an encounter with any enemy in SMRPG, it can load one of 3 different formations. Those are called packs. And that is set at the time you enter the room. And this is the only room in the game that doesn't apply to, so you can just keep running away from that piranha plant until you get a good formation, which is the 2 instead of the 2 plus 2 lizards plus a freaking artichoke. Like, that is awful. Okay, we're going back. We're gonna fight the dude now.
The dude.
We're gonna
The
fight the
dude
dude.
Lex.
I'm sorry this is going overestimate, but the Kulaks fight is pretty fun. Let's just double check. How are my red essences looking? Let's sort my inventory. Yeah, I got 3. We are good.
But you know what? Even if the dude were to give an estimate, the dude would still abide by the end of the run.
True.
That's what the dude does.
That's what the dude does.
The dude rolls deep.
All right. Here's Kulex. He's the real final boss of this game. You can actually beat him at level 3. It's really underwhelming. You just spam items.
What?
But I don't have those items. I put a video on YouTube like a couple months ago of me fighting this guy at level 3. It's like the most unimpressive thing you'll ever watch.
Just the concept of it is impressive in and of itself.
All right, not bad.
Scouts.
That's a pretty good start for Kulex, even if it was unboosted. So what you want to do here is use this Power Blast, which will increase Mario's offense by 50%. And then Peach is going to use a Red Essence on him. This is another difference between the remake and the original game. In the original game, you put a Red Essence on somebody, and when you're fighting Kulex, every 3 turns he uses an attack called Shredder. Shredder gets rid of Geno Boost, it gets rid of the effects of Troopa Pin, it gets rid of the effects of Energizers, Crystallines, Bracers, Power Blasts, but if you have a Red Essence on, it blocks it. In the remake, that's not true. You can still get shredded with a Red Essence on. So the fight against this guy would look a little bit different. Oh, Peach is still alive. That's kind of good. Whatever.
When is time?
When the EXP dialogue at the end is
Clear.
clears out. Okay, let's use syrup because that'll save Mario a couple turns.
I couldn't remember. I thought it was when you left the room after beating Kulex, but that's in remake.
Also, if you've never seen before coming into this fight and getting to attack first before Kulex summons his crystals, that is entirely because of the prizes you get from super jumping. Mario is wearing the super suit and the attack scarf. That increases his speed by 60 points, I think, which puts his total speed at 80, which is actually faster than Kulex, so he gets to go right away before he summons.
So yeah, just to be clear again, it's when the XP and coin screen is closed.
Yes. Was that 100?
I wasn't counting.
I wasn't counting either. I think that was a... Oh, no, I don't think it was.
No, you would have done like 3,000 damage,
No,
right?
no, you wouldn't do 3,000 damage there.
No, like 1,800 maybe?
Yeah, I think you'd do 1,800.
Oh,
No, it
okay.
was a lot, though. Like, that is ridiculously hard to do.
Yeah, you're...
Let's just say for all intents and purposes, you did 69.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice number.
In any case, you're still way on pace to not need that extra red essence, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I feel so much better having it. But also, Peach has stayed alive a lot longer than she usually does, so she's getting Mario more turns.
Yeah.
By him not having to stop and heal his FP, because the red essence only lasts for 3 turns, and if you use one of those turns healing your FP, you're kind of like wasting time. But there's not much you can do. I don't think we have much longer here. He's got like, what is on my shoulder right now? All right, He's got 4,000 health in total. I think I've done like around 3,000 or so. Oh my gosh, please don't
Yeah,
fall
I
down.
think he has like 1,000,
Yeah,
1,100-ish
whoa.
left.
Couple more turns and he'll be done. So here's why I need to recast the red essence, because it's been 3 turns. Yeah, see, his portrait doesn't have the shiny anymore, so you gotta... If I don't do that, like, I just die. I can't survive anything he's gonna attack me with. So you really gotta pay attention when your red essence is running out in this fight. Also, Dark Star is one of those attacks that was making my TV shut off earlier because it has like that white and flash of light. So it was kind of annoying to practice this. Alright, just a couple more jumps on this guy. We should be good.
He's still dead. Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
GG.
I was trying to redeem myself with the hundo on Kulak, but today just wasn't the day. That's time.
Time, yeah.
Time.
Alright.
By the way, I don't want to add insult to injury, but you did 68.
It was 67.
67. Yeah, because the
67?
first jump does not count.
Man,
It's how many
why
times
me?
you time the button. So the first one you get for free.
Anyway, thanks for watching my speed run, y'all. It's been fun to come back to No Reset. Hope
Thanks
you
for
enjoy
being
the
with
rest of
us.
the marathon.
Yeah, well, thank you for being with us, as well as Void and Sean Cass on commentary.
Also,
Thanks for having us.
thanks for the triple attack on the super jumps. That was a lot of fun.
And that was, honestly, that was just a beautiful moment. And I'm gonna, we're gonna get, I feel, a lot of clips and highlights from that segment. But
And shouts to Ryan Ford for carrying this run.
I've actually run this category at No Reset before, so I think that made it a little more interesting.
there you
Anyway,
go.
that's all I got. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, commentators. Thanks, Ryan Ford.
You're
And thank you
very
to the rest of
welcome.
you.
Well, actually, you guys should stick around because coming up next, we do have the original, the OG Castlevania coming, no scroll glitch on the NES with Palace Games. And that will be it for me on the hosting block. I was G-Virus. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. And we'll be right back. Tout le monde, merci beaucoup pour tous ceux qui ont donné. Moi, c'était G-Virus. Dans le fond, je vais donner le relais à Xen Warrior, qui va être votre hôte pour les quelques prochains jeux. Mais restez parmi nous. On s'en va sur Castlevania au NES, l'original, le OG, avec Palace Games. Donc, restez des nôtres. On vous revient dans quelques minutes. Merci beaucoup, tout le monde.